Hey guys, Birdman again here at the Bird World. We want to talk to you guys a little bit today about bird treats and supplements. Now, they're two different things. Don't get them confused. Some people think that supplements is a treat. No, bird treats is something that your bird doesn't normally get in its day-to-day diet. Like, for instance, spray millet. You know, they may get millet, but they don't get spray millet. You know, the sticks of millet, call it spray millet. These little seed treats that you can buy with a little wire and you tie them on the side of the cage, you know, little round thing, seed sticks. Some birds love them, some birds don't care nothing about them. Nutriberries, you know, that's another one. Some birds eat them up. These are bird treats, okay? These are not a part of their daily diet. They're not a staple. This is something you give, you know, as a supplement for a treat, you know. If you feed them fresh fruits and vegetables every day, well then that's not a treat anymore. That's part of their staple, part of their everyday diet. You know, some people make this vegetable and mix, they call it chop, you know, where they chop up a bunch of different vegetables or they run them through a food processor, you know, shred it up, and they give it to their birds, you know, on a daily basis. If you give it to a bird on a daily basis, it's not a treat. Okay? A treat's something that they don't normally get. Alright, so just bear that in mind. You know, some birds will like it, some birds won't. You need to find what treat your birds like. You know, if your bird is crazy about bananas, well, you know, you may want to use banana as a treat. Maybe help train them a little bit, you know, use it as a treat, because those treats they'll react differently to than they will their normal food. So use that treat in that way, you know, to benefit you interacting with your bird. You know, the next thing, of course, is supplements. Supplements is something that's kind of a controversial subject because people don't quite realize how delicate a bird's makeup is within its body and the way that it processes food, vitamins, and things like that. The way that it processes its food, its vitamins, the nutritional things that it eats are far different than yours and mine. Because in their body, they can store some of these things up that your body wouldn't store. You know, they can get fatty liver syndrome from too much fat, where for you to get fatty liver syndrome, it's a whole different kind of diet and a whole different situation. You have to have a lot of fat to get fatty liver syndrome. So with birds, feeding these supplements, you really have to be careful. The supplement business is a huge business, okay? It's a big business for pets in general and for people, but in birds, you really have to be careful because their dietary requirements and the way they process these supplements through their body is totally different than other animals as well as yours and mine. You know, they don't have a stomach like we have that works the way that ours does. You know, they're not like a cow where they eat it in, they store it in a second stomach and chew it again later. They just have a different type of body makeup. Therefore, their processing of these types of things can be detrimental to their health. And now I'm just going to say this over years of experience, because we have bought birds that had been fed supplements. You know, we've been to people's houses. They showed us how, oh, we feed this and this and this, and we do this and we do that. You know, we took them to our vet. The vet looks at them, and when I say look at them, the only way you can tell if a supplement typically, and I'm not saying the only way, but typically the only way, is to surgically sex that bird. When they take that scope and they look inside that bird at the bird's organs, and you can see the effects of the way these supplements have swollen their organs. You know, they'll cause gout a lot of times in birds. You know, their livers will swell. You know, the inner parts of their body will change. You can look at them outside, you never see this issue, you never see this problem, everything looked good. The bird dies at 5 years old instead of dying at 20 years old. Or he has some other health problems at 7 or 8 years old instead of not having any health problems until he's 25 years old. So, you know, supplements is something that you really need to be cautious about. Talk to your vet about it, and if your vet's not an avian specialist, you know, the advice is kind of in between, because birds are a totally different animal than dogs or cats or small animals or horses or anything else. Birds are specialized. Try to find you an avian vet. If you can't find one, I understand. Do the best you can. But with these supplements, be very, very careful, because you can, over time, cause these birds to have problems that may be detrimental to their life or to their internal organs. Okay? So that's all I got to say about supplements, is be careful. just be cautious. It's a huge market. A lot of people are really into it. This and that and this and that. I'm just going to tell you from experience, I've seen inside the birds. I've seen what it does. Be very careful. Anything is not quite so bad in moderation. It's whenever we do it day after day after day after day after day. Sometimes too much is not good, like salt. Salt's okay if you put a little on there, but if you pour a big bunch on there, it's not good. It don't even taste good. Same thing with some of these supplements, Moderation when you use these types of things, okay? If you have any questions or comments, guys, comment below. I'll try to answer them as best I can, I'm not a vet, but hey, I've been doing this a while and I've had a lot of scenarios, and we've known a lot about the way birds' health in general is. Meanwhile, remember to subscribe to our channel for great tips and updates at Bird World. Be sure to check out some of our other videos and keep living the bird life. Birdman, I see you.